Welcome to another session of Rise and Radiate with Anjum. Today I'm joined with an extraordinary guest, Dr. Fazil Sheikh, Dean, Group CEO, and founder of Maverick Business Academy. He redefines the meaning where he knows how to build with the vision and how to build with the purpose. Dr. Fazil, thank you so much. Welcome to the show.
Wonderful evening, Anjum. Thank you so much for having me with you on this lovely day. Doctor to be, still a mister yet, but I still feel I have a long way to go. But thanks for the warm and lovely introduction. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So let's start from the beginning. So what inspired you to create Maverick? And I'm sure, whenever you start anything, every journey has a purpose and a vision. So what inspired you to create Maverick?
So rolling back with the time, the idea of enabling accessible education was always at the peripheral vision of mine. So I started working when I was 18 itself, which I have shared many times in many podcasts. Even a lot of people know my journey a little bit. But the idea came because I started my higher education in Dubai.
Okay.
I came here for my 11th and 12th, and it is not a place where you could just freely have your education done or have bigger aspirations in terms of doing certain skill and accredited courses. I understood that this is an expensive place. And how do you bridge this?
Yeah.
This was the intent. But then, after working for 3 years with HSBC and 1 year with Franklin Institute of Air Hostess Training, I started off my corporate training institution where we were doing events, seminars, conferences. Slowly, that became a Hali Management Consultancy. We were into 3 verticals: education, management, investment. The education caught up with time.
Mm-hmm.
In 2019, Maverick was born. So the idea of Maverick was very simple because whatever you do in life, especially business, it has to be an extension of your personality.
Absolutely.
And Maverick stands for unorthodox, a rebel, and someone who believes in the impossible, that it could be possible. And this is what I needed to set it out to my team and to my clients and to my students that, guys, we are there for you as the people's learning partner, where we want to give you guys skill and knowledge-based accredited qualification that withstands time, situation, pressure, wherever you go, you will carry this with you. This is how it all started.
Wow. So you started your entrepreneur journey quite early, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So can you tell me what kind of struggles and pros or cons of entrepreneurship journey when you started early age?
Well, the struggle is real. The hustle and the grind is real. I still feel like I've started yesterday, despite of me starting almost 14 years back when I was 22. But the journey has been rewarding, and you keep discovering about yourself on a daily basis of who you are, what you stand for, what are your core values and ethos and ethics. These are something that it was always inbuilt or ingrained in my DNA from my childhood, right? And when you want to do, or let's say when you want to foray into the world of entrepreneurship, it's not an easy ball game out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's stormy, it's chaotic, turbulence, it shakes your belief, crushes you. But at the end of the day, if you can still smile, like how we are right now, and take it with a pinch of salt and say that, yes, you have come here for a reason. You have come here to serve your people, serve your students, serve your team, serve your community. Then the problem becomes minuscule and you will overcome it in a jiffy, right? But the most important trait an entrepreneur should have, no matter in whichever phase they are, is resilience. Yeah, and that is something that is not taught in college or in school or elsewhere, but it has to come through practice. It has to come through sheer self-belief and also being exposed to many situations. So resilience is something that you have to have no matter where you are placed in and what you do. And I'm the first generation, let's say, businessman or entrepreneur in the family
Really?
because we were all, let's say, my father or grandparents, they were all employed, they were all doing certain jobs, which is obviously they kept us alive and going. And today, whatever I am is because of my family, right?
Yeah.
So the idea of starting a business or getting into entrepreneurship was not a materialistic drive per se for me, but a very emotional drive that I want to give the best to my family. I want to give the best to my people, to my community.
Yeah.
So that was the foundation, or let's say the cornerstone of my thought process. After that, whatever has come is God's blessing, a lot of gratitude. And this is how it all started. And as I said, it feels like I've just started yesterday, but a long way to go.
So, in an age where authority often mistaken, or maybe in an age where leadership often mistaken for authority, so how do you define your leadership philosophy?
Well, right from childhood, I have always thrived in a situation where I want to see others excel. And always people say you have to lead from the front, but I let the team lead from the front, and I'm there as a back end shield, absorbing like a sponge all the problems, all the issues, and allowing them to express themselves. So that is not authoritative, but more transformative. I give them, my team or whoever I trust, all the freedom to express themselves, no matter what. Make mistakes. That's what I, even during my hiring process of a new colleague or a new member into the Maverick family, this is what I say. Please do mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't repeat the same mistake again, because even if you do something new, even I will learn. Right. So the idea of being a leader is more of servant leadership. This is what I always believed in. You need to serve to lead, and that gives your people, your team, the best exposure, ability, and the confidence that they could try something new.
Yeah.
If it works,
It works.
they celebrate. If it doesn't work, I take the blame and I said, guys, we can do it better next time. And that's it. So this
That's
is
the
how
true leadership.
so this is how I have molded myself right from the starting days, and it is still again a lot of learning and exposure because every day is new.
Yeah.
You're in different situation, different scenarios, different business, different projects, different people you're dealing with from different culture, country. But what you have to, let's say, or what kept me steady in that is my focus, the determination, in order to get the best done for the people. So I put myself maybe somewhere, I don't know in which layer or where at the bottom. So I see what is good for my students. For example, if forming a new partnership, which we will be discussing very slowly as well. So what is in it for the people and how are they going to benefit? And is it worth their investment and time? Similarly for the team, this is what it is. So for me, it has never been about demanding the best from them in a very authoritative way, but I do it through action. So it's not just, hey guys, you need to do this. No, I will do it and I will say, you know what, this is what we have achieved and I think we can do more. This is what we do.
That's a true leadership.
Thank you.
So what were the hardest moments behind your success? And I'm sure, there'll be a lot of those hardest moments where people don't see, but how you push through them.
Well, again, the mental framework, someone when you start young and a lot of sacrifices, when you start something at 21, 22. And I used to run 48 hours in a day. So that was the drive and that was the passion. But with a lot of integrity, a lot of values, a lot of fulfillment. And so you lose a lot of quality time with your family, with your friends, with so-and-so, because you are running a different race. Your focus is so razor sharp and you are trying to block all the negativities and everything on a different path. Not many will be able to relate to you. I'm sure many entrepreneurs would agree. Doesn't matter the size of the business, but the battle within, if you're able to conquer the battle within, I think most often you will become victorious. But having that said and done, challenges are enormous. Every single day, new challenges keep coming in. And if I'm able to recollect 14, 15 years, the only thing that runs in my mind, let's say at that time was, my goodness, how much do we actually have in the bank account? Will we survive the next day? Will we survive the next week? And what we have built from the scratch is a debt-free organization. I can proudly say this. And we don't have any sort of VC investments or family heritage investments or nothing.
Yeah.
It was pure blood, sweat, equity. And that is how every single element was built. But then I'm not alone. There are 100,000 million people better than me doing it day in and day out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I try to derive the inspiration from is, by the grace of Almighty, He's given us everything, whatever one could ask for, a good quality or a decent life, let's say.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, we say that. But then when you see the other part of the world suffering, and all your troubles become nothing actually.
Yeah.
So that keeps me grounded, that thought, how we can reach out
how
to
blessed we are.
Yes. Count your blessings.
Yes.
Stay in the moment.
Yeah.
And reach out to as many people as possible.
And don't listen to the noises around you and anyone who try to pulls you down. Because whenever, and especially to the young people, especially to the young professionals, entrepreneurs, because if I have to recall my time when I used to try anything new, because I'm always like, I don't want to be limited.
Correct.
So I will try some or the other thing. And not everyone will support you all the time. And it's okay. Don't expect.
It's absolutely fine.
It's absolutely fine.
The root cause of all evil is expectations.
Exactly.
Whether it is your personal life or professional life or your business life. And the noise is always going to be there wherever you go, no matter what.
Yeah.
But if you are crazy enough to listen to your inner voice and rekindle that childlike spirit in you, which I still feel that something is still left in me, that will keep you going. So I will give you a small example, right? I was in China 2 weeks back.
Yeah.
Beijing.
Yeah.
What a country.
Yeah.
They are 50 years ahead in terms of their mindset, technology, innovation, drive. They have this culture called 996.
What's that?
9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week.
Oh, okay.
But how they utilize this is beyond my logical understanding. Having that said and done, what China taught me was work in silence, grow in silence too. And I saw billionaires coming to the meetings or, greeting me, lovely, hospitable people.
Yeah.
They were never flashy.
Yeah. I saw those banners.
Yeah.
How they welcomed you. It's so nice.
So it feels good that your hard work and what you stand for gets validated in a larger scene by diplomats and, government relations people and business people as well. But my point, circling back to your question, is how these people carry themselves.
Yeah.
They're not fascinated by wealth. They're fascinated by chasing excellence, relentless pursuit of excellence. So we had some amazing cooperation and agreements with some top companies. And some of the owners who I met, 65, 70 years old, running and jumping like a child. They don't need me. Trust me, they don't need me or us. But even at this age, their vision is so razor sharp. They're like, we want to explore this market with you because we believe in you. And they speak in Chinese, not in English. And they're so proud of that. And that is something we all have to admire and appreciate. Language should never be a barrier. Whether it is for business, growth or love, anything. And a lot of learning from there.
Yeah. So the problem is like what I have seen so far is, of course, because you pointed out this thing, language thing.
Yeah.
So it's like people often mistaken language with intelligence. So if you speak good English, you're probably the most intelligent person. But if you don't speak good English, maybe they don't know anything. Come on, it's not the thing at all.
Well, that is the stigma.
Yeah.
That the whole world has been exposed to.
Yes.
From the colonialism era.
Yeah.
To what you see in media, to what you see in TV shows and reality shows. And we always try to belittle ourselves and our knowledge just because we don't know a foreign language.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We both are from India.
Yeah.
And our civilization is so culturally diverse and rich.
Yeah.
With various languages, unity and diversity. And the amount of rural talent that we have in our country is unparalleled, right? The demographic dividends is unmatched.
Yes.
I could give you a best example. I mean, this gentleman has been day in and day out inspiring me and many people, the founder of Zoho, Sridhar Vembu. Yeah. He's built an empire by sitting in a small, tiny village. He sits on an asset value of 27,000 or 30,000 crores and still going. And he recently launched a desi, a homegrown app called Aratai. Aratai in Tamil means chit chat.
Okay.
Which is going to be a competitor against WhatsApp and other chat messenger services.
Wow.
So this is something that we don't celebrate, or we don't see it in the media, or we don't beat our chest and say, you know what, this is purely Indian made.
Yeah.
But this is where the beauty of our country comes in. So much of rich, diverse talent. And I think the school and the curriculum should focus more on innate, intrinsic talent rather than the artificial coating where you think that, okay, speaking a language makes you, as you rightly said, that should be our, and you should not put down others based on language, caste, color, creed as well.
Absolutely.
You know?
Exactly. So it should be more as skill focused. So if I have to talk about Maverick, so how is it different from the other traditional business schools?
Well, we truly believe in skill and knowledge-based learning backed with accredited qualifications. And we are a keen advocate of the ask quotient, you know. So once you join Maverick and once you leave us with great memories and great knowledge in terms of real-time learning, and also an increment of 10% in your attitude, skill, and knowledge quotient. Ask. This is something we have inbuilt. All our modules are EI enabled. Emotional intelligence enabled.
So how's the module, as in the format of Maverick Business School? And let's say, because if you'll go to the other universities where you want to, let's say, have any UK degree or any European degree, you really have to burn your bank sometime, right?
True that.
It's like that. So how Maverick Business Academy, and how you can say that you can save your money, time, and what's the format actually?
So traditionally, all the universities and schools and colleges, higher education institutions, I have immense respect for all of them in whichever part of the world they're operating from. And there are some finest one, you know, where you could still learn how they are operating. But when I started this journey, I was very clear that I'm not going to put my students into the cliched dogma of curriculum-based learning, because one shoe size doesn't fit everybody. Okay, so where I have developed the concept is called mentored learning. So every student, you know, gets a proper mentor through a faculty or through a peer or through myself sometimes. And what we do is we handhold them and make them understand the value of education they are doing through proper research, guidance, and execution.
Okay.
So what sets us apart? It's not like we are so elite. No, we are your common man's learning partner. We believe that we can increase your skill and exposure by that 10% for a small investment that you're doing on yourself, right?
Okay.
Not, as you said, you know, burning a hefty amount and, you know, going too far. But where we believe is giving absolute VFM, value for money, and we respect your time, because 60 to 70% of our students are working professionals, entrepreneurs, business people, diplomats, and a lot of corporate moguls as well. So for them, they have achieved everything in life, but they are still seeking what is missing, which is the upskilling part, where they can upskill themselves for a better tomorrow, for a better career, for a better package. So we provide holistic, tailored solution. We assist them. We don't say, yep, MBA business management or MBA healthcare, this is what you guys should do. No, we assess. We do a proper counseling. We have a proper orientation system in place to understand what do they actually want out of this. And we derive the learning outcomes. We inbuild all the mechanisms accordingly. And it's a very personalized pedagogy that we follow. And that is something that we have always differentiated across all our 8 Maverick access points in 8 different countries. And this is something we strictly and religiously follow.
So again, back to the same question. So let's say at Maverick Business Academy, if any student who will join Maverick Business Academy London, so what benefits student can have, and how is it different from the other universities?
Well, as I've stated before, we give them a lot of options and flexibility to choose what course aligned with their career objective mapped with the industry requirement. For example,
Okay.
we have pathway progression programs, right? Advanced entry, recognition of prior learning. Now, what this has done is it has reduced the cost of the program at least by 1/3 or sometimes even 1/5. So when students are doing their UK masters, accredited qualification like a global MBA or an MBA with multiple specializations from anywhere in any part of the world, you can achieve this dream at less than $8,000 to $9,000. That's it for the whole program.
Wow. And same degree?
At the same degree what a student gets on the campus. Absolutely the same.
Wow.
Number one. And number two, what we do differently again is the masterclass sessions, the business networking. We create a lot of opportunities for our students, whether they are online or on site, making them industry ready, reliant on their shared self-belief and what they have learned, and to express themselves in the future. So for masters and PhD, we have some wonderful accredited programs that one should come and experience with us. You know, if you take the doctorate programs as such, typically a doctorate would take 4 to 5 years, cumbersome, and those times have gone.
Yeah.
All right, we are in 2025.
Yeah.
The speed, the disruption that's happening, you need to match up with that.
Yes.
So we understand what actually our research scholars want. So even in PhD, there is PhD via research publication,
Yes.
PhD through coursework, PhD through recognition of prior learning, where if your masters are accredited, you can go to the dissertation phase directly.
Yeah.
But not many are aware of this.
Yeah.
So we try to educate our clients accordingly and make sure that even your PhD is achieved within a realistic time frame of 3 to 4 years, sometimes 2 to 3 years if you are an
Yeah.
active research scholar with multiple publications,
Okay.
again at a fraction of a cost.
Yeah.
Now, the next 2 to 3 years, Anjum, we are focusing on giving a lot of importance and value to the high school students. I'm just not
Right.
talking about UAE. We are
Yeah.
trying to have a massive, serious impact in countries like Yemen,
Okay.
Syria, and other places where we want to take a high schooler to a bachelor's program. These students can do our online UK accredited diploma from the comfort of their home or their office.
Okay.
And the final part of their bachelor's, we transfer them with our partner universities globally, public or private, because our qualifications are recognized.
Yeah.
So we are trying to give them the best of both the worlds. Just imagine, Anjum, if I'm able to give you an accredited dual bachelor's qualification with a UK diploma,
Yeah.
okay, in a fraction of a cost, which means if you go and do your bachelor's in Europe, it'll, let's say 3 to 4 years
Yeah.
with accommodation, with tuition fee, etc. You're looking at possibly at least 75, 80,000 euros or pounds.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely.
What if we can achieve this at 20,000 pounds?
Yeah.
I'm talking about bachelor's.
Yeah. 3 years, 4 years long program.
And saving 1 year of your time.
Yeah.
This is what Maverick is focusing on.
So if I'll have to talk about the future of Maverick,
Yeah.
so do you have any, let's say, are there any new initiatives or projects that you're excited to launch?
Absolutely. We are keen advocate of transnational learning. Because we are a transnational education academy offering skill and knowledge-based programs, as you're aware, right from high school, bachelor's, master's, PhD, and so on and so forth,
Yeah.
up to the trainings. So our newer initiatives are completely focused on bridging the academia industry gap, Anjum. This is what we are massively focusing on. So one such initiative would be to fill the gap of doctors and medical professionals in the NHS. So
London,
yeah,
UK.
and we do have talks with University of Buckingham and couple of others to have a T&E partnership established with a local accredited university in India or even in China as we speak. So the idea is to give the bestest of education to students in these countries at the British standards with a local partner.
Okay.
with the same curriculum and same framework.
So can you define it in a more simple way? As in, for example, if there is a student in India
Yeah,
and they like the future plan is that they want to work in UK as a registered doctor
correct.
or nurse, right? So this partnership, how this partnership can help that student
So this
with the local partnerships
yeah,
in
so
India.
this partnership is as good as the student studying on the UK campus itself,
Okay.
but they are doing it in India or in China or any of their resident country, right?
For how long?
5 to 6 years, the usual duration of the medicine, depending on dentistry or the MD program or the MBBS, which they call in India. But the good news is, due to such arrangements that we have, tomorrow the students don't have to give a UK PLAB exam or go and be shortlisted in the queue. It's a direct pathway.
Okay.
It's a
So
direct
which
pathway.
means a
Yeah.
student who is looking forward to work in UK as a registered nurse or doctor, so Buckingham University will have a local partnership with
That is
local
correct.
medical universities where initially student have to spend initial 3 years in the local country, and then student will be switched to UK
They can.
for the rest 2
Absolutely.
years.
Absolutely.
Right.
Rest 2 or 3 years
And they don't
clinical
have to
practice.
give lab or anything. Oh,
Because
great.
at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
you are availing a Buckingham qualification, which
Yeah.
is a UK regulated, world class accredited qualification. Plus,
Mm-hmm.
if the arrangement is to offer even your home country's qualification, that is also doable and possible. So, this is one such initiative. Second initiative is upskilling the youth in countries which do not have access to proper education facilities. So, we are closely working with many governments as we speak to see how we can make education accessible by partnering with the right people from the society, be it their tribal heads or even their mayors, to make quality education accessible to all. This is what we are focused on through such amazing and exciting TNE partnerships. And I think all the educators should come to understanding that today close to about 250 to 300 million don't have access to proper education.
Yeah.
Children don't have access to schools either.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And shocking fact is out of that, again, 300 or 400 million people can't even read properly. So there is a lot of work as educators must do in these areas, because this is the future. And this is where the real responsibility and of TNE partnerships they lie in.
Okay.
It's just not about two universities coming together, but it's about two cultures and two distinctive frameworks and education coming together to raise the quality of that child and align them with the industry. This is what we are focused on.
Oh, great. So you have often spoken about resilience and mindset. So what personal practice or habits have helped you to stay grounded?
It's a very good question. Okay. So resilience, as I said, it comes with a lot of setbacks and failures and disappointments and betrayals. I've gone and faced it all. And whatever happens, even if a thunder falls on your head, I always say, thank God. And I have a smile. I'm breathing. That's all we need. Okay. I was just telling my team, it's a good coincidence, it was just telling my teammate on WhatsApp. She was a bit today sad that, okay, such things have happened. So I said, do not fret about the loss that has already happened, but be excited about how much we can make more with the opportunities that we get. So that should be the focus. Right. So I have always tried to understand the art of finding harmony in chaos. You gotta find your harmony in chaos, which is, again, making use of opportunities when a crisis hits you. For example, when COVID hit, everything was online and people started capitalizing it. But like that, in life also, when you encounter a crisis, the first thing you should train your mind is, what does it have for me? Is there an opportunity to monetize? Is there an opportunity to learn? Is there an opportunity to grow? Is there an opportunity that I should not repeat this again?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, this is how you practice. And
I think acceptance is very important in life, no matter what happens. So if you can accept and move on, I think you are an artist then.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to have, as I told you, even in the beginning of our convo,
Mm.
gratitude is important.
Gratitude is very
And
important. Yeah.
always think about the sufferings of others who could not even afford a meal for months, right? So your pain is nothing,
Yeah.
right? So don't get into that. See what best could be done. Do charity, be compassionate, build your character, reach out to so many people who could not even imagine what life is due to the current situations, as many are aware.
Yeah.
But what is the small thing that you can focus on to make life better for others?
Yeah.
If you are just thinking about, okay, I want to have a Rolls Royce next year, a Bentley this year, all right, okay, that is your personal choice. Your growth would be this much.
Yeah.
But when you think for others,
Yeah.
and principally, with a genuine intention that this is what I want to impact,
Yeah.
and this is what I want to do,
Yeah.
growth is by default. Automatically, you will grow. That's it.
Yes. So, what does growth mean to you now, and how has it evolved over the years?
Again, amazing question. Well, yes. I mean, I haven't introspected on that much, but now that you're asking, I mean, see, we have 10 years, by God's grace, we have crossed that golden timeline. We are happy, we are still smiling, and we are still impacting the lives of our learners positively.
Mm-hmm.
Over 3,500 graduates in the last 10 years, over 65 to 70 countries through our access points and lot. So I have never measured my success through numbers or metrics as such, but how many lives we could impact in the longer run. So my crazy goal, or let's say my mission right now is, in the next 5 years, is how do we impact 10,000 families positively through such career pathway programs, through such
Mm-hmm.
industry-oriented programs where it leads to employment, not just where students are studying 4 years and spending X amount of money with
Yeah.
minimal or no returns,
Yeah.
and they go back into depression. So
Yeah.
I want to be that small voice in the next 5 years
Mm-hmm.
on how we can have an impact on the macro level.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And as I said, whatever you do should be aligned to the industry standards or the framework of what are the jobs in demand, or how we can create the right opportunities for these students,
Mm-hmm.
and how do we make them responsible for their families and community.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what we are focused on for the next 5 years.
Okay.
Talks have already started
Wow.
with the relevant government bodies in African countries, Central Asia,
Mm.
and we are very positive that, I think it's all about coming together.
And how it is, like, if I'll have to talk about particularly about the Africa market,
Yeah.
right? So how do you think your program can help them? And do you have any plans to launch some kind of a program for them where they can come to Dubai? Sometimes it happens like, let's say from the visa point of view, that it becomes a little difficult to show funds in their account and like so many formalities. So do you have any plans to launch some kind of a program where they can come to the UK, maybe to UAE, and then further go to Europe or any other countries?
See, mobility for different nations is subjective, and that is something that keeps on evolving as we speak. Every year, different policies, different procedures. But where we have to be consistent is in our deliverables, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you do this with us, and this is what you get, and this is the output, and this is the outcome.
Yeah.
And Dubai as a place is a safe haven, a melting pot of 200 odd nationalities living in absolute peace
Yeah.
and harmony. And this city is the best example for anybody and everybody that, if you have a bolder vision and a boldest execution, this is the place.
Yeah.
And that is where it is able to attract a lot of young students now.
Mm-hmm.
In the last 1.5, 2 years, due to issues in the US, student visas and other places.
Yeah.
The surge is close to about 60 to 70% of international students coming to Dubai and doing their pathway programs and heading towards Europe, other destinations. So this is something which is there in our strategic plan for next year. And we are more than happy to have our dear students from Africa.
Yeah.
You are an expert in that field,
You are.
and I should be taking your insights. But what we are trying to tell the people is, do not overspend too much on your first level of programs, all right? Your bachelor's. Understand who you are. Know yourself first.
Yeah.
Invest on the right program, which you know that you're going to flourish and thrive on that.
Yeah, don't go with the trending programs.
Not at all. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone is after AI. AI, okay, definitely AI is good and future is AI, but there are a lot of other programs as well. If you're not good at it, please don't have this burden on your shoulder ki nahi, because AI is very trending, so I have to go with AI. I have to go with the cybersecurity. No.
Absolutely. I mean, that is well said. I mean, this is the optics that has been
Yeah.
created.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't do AI, you are lost. You are lost in the race. Every parents, uncles and aunts, whichever parties you go, the kids, they get asked this, the first question. And most of them really don't know what exactly AI is. Yes, it is a great asset if you use it right.
Yeah.
And if you know how to mobilize and monetize it, it is good. But it is not the only thing.
Exactly.
Human
That's what my
intelligence
point is.
always beats and overcomes AI in many situations. And it's too much of information overload for our kids out there.
Yeah.
So you are consuming so much of passive information, Anjum. Sometimes you're blurred. You don't know what is real and what is virtual, right?
Yeah.
So you have to keep questioning yourself. For example, business leaders, when they hire a recent graduate,
Yeah.
the first thing they want to know is if this person can thrive under pressure. Is he or she a critical thinker? Analytical thinking, flexibility, agility, adaptability.
Yeah.
These are the foundations. Rest everything what you do is a value added skill that you build. But if your base is not strong, doesn't matter whatever you do, you are still considered as a weak spot. Others who knows how to handle the moment, the situation, the pressure will always keep flourishing and growing.
Yeah.
This is what is happening.
So I'm sure, in your entire journey, last 15 years, you might have received a lot of advice. So what's the worst advice you have ever been given, and what it teach you in your life?
Worst advice.
Worst advice.
Right. Worst advice which you keep receiving or getting time and time from different set of people is, don't do this, don't do that. Yeah. Well, if you do this, it may take you 10 years back, 15 years back.
Yeah.
Now, taking advice is not a sin, but taking advice from the wrong people is a sin.
But how you know that you're taking an advice from wrong
For example, if you're taking advice from someone who has never done business or who has never done entrepreneurship, okay, they might say it out of care. I have faced that situation many times.
Yeah.
They say it out of care. All I do is smile. All right. Thank you so much.
I read one quote today morning and it says, I don't take a constructive criticism from the people who have not constructed anything for themselves.
That is precisely what I just said right now.
Exactly.
But
so it's very relatable.
Polished and a beautiful way. So it's important that, yes, you should listen to people. I am a big, let's say, advocate, again, passionate advocate for experiential learning. Knowledge-based learning, learning from your elders, learning from your grandparents, or learning from your parents. These small habits, when you grow up, it makes a massive difference in your approach, in how you see things, how you face problems. Some people can just, with their pressure, hits you and that's it.
Yeah.
They're like, but then a resilient entrepreneur, someone was capable enough of facing the problem hands-on and heads-on, is because of the small habits and the values that has been ingrained through experience. Because this cannot be taught in four walls, in flashy slides.
This is something that you will learn it over the period. And over, as you go in life, you will learn it.
Absolutely. That's what, we always say that action always eats strategy for breakfast. Yeah, you can have vision, you can have amazing drawings and this thing, but if you don't execute, if you
there's
don't
no point.
Take the first step and fall or falter, there's no point.
I still follow. It's been 14, 15 years for me as well, in this journey. So even today, so if there is anything and if I plan anything, I'm going to write down on the piece of paper, or maybe I will write down in my diary, and then I will create a roadmap.
Absolutely.
So I always say that if you want to achieve anything, if you say, this is my vision, this is my motto, this is what I aim, okay, then you write down. There should be a plan and you should know how to execute it. So if you make plan and if you don't execute it,
it's as good as nothing.
It's as good as nothing. Absolutely. So if you want to reach somewhere, you got to work for it. Don't be a lazy person. So I say this, the dangerous people that who want to sit in Ferrari, but then they don't want to get up from the bed. They're the most dangerous people. So if you want to sit in the Ferrari, you got to work for it.
Absolutely. I mean, see, your thoughts become things.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You need to believe that whatever you think, you can give life to it.
Yeah.
You can give a sense of purpose to it.
Yes.
And when you write,
yeah,
physiologically and psychologically, it's connected to all the, let's say, chakras or parts of your body.
Yeah.
You're screaming and breathing passion into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it will manifest.
It will. Yeah.
If your intent is clean, if your
Yeah.
intent is good,
Yeah.
if your intent is for the welfare of the people, trust me, it's
It
magic.
will work. Yeah. And what's the best advice you have ever received, which stayed with you till today?
Best advice. Again, in the initial phase, the best advice I got was from some serious business people and mentors who I meet during the networking, because I always believed in youngsters going to conferences and networking meets just to learn.
Yeah.
They may not know anything. They may not know jack about anything.
Yeah.
But at least learn and observe who they are, what they do and all that. Yeah. The most important learning when I was young, I got at that time was when you are starting an enterprise and when you're daring and when you're taking risks, all right, obviously entrepreneurship is risk appetite. It's on the highest.
Yeah.
Every day you're living on the edges,
Yes.
right? It could falter anytime. But at that time, a very critically measured advice I got was never put both of your legs in the water. First, try and test with one leg. Understand how deep it is. And then put the other leg, which was an amazing thing. So basically, the advice at that time was try it. But don't be so foolish that you go all in and then you come out with nothing. All right? And that, I did not practice it immediately. Because I have this very bad habit of trusting people as if I know them for lives and I give it all, right? Which you have seen it as well.
Yeah.
I will give it all.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's all about giving. The more you give, the more you get.
Yeah.
But after 5-7 years, I started practicing. Then I understood the psychology of the people.
Yeah.
How they think, how they behave. So even I tell my team, when we speak to our prospective clients or let's say partners or associates, please do not go with numbers mindset.
Yeah.
Go with the problem solving mindset.
Yeah.
What problem am I going to solve today? That's the first thing I ask myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
Whose problem, what problem? Either I search and go for the problem or the problem should come to me. But I am well equipped enough mentally to solve it.
Yeah.
So this is what I train the team
I
as
think this mindset is required. So if you want to do anything and if you want to be a great leader, this is actually the mindset which is required. And as you said, like, of course, I've seen that you trust people very easily. So am I. I trust people and have been betrayed a lot of times.
Yeah.
But
you should
one
be.
thing, but one thing, I don't regret being kind. Okay, sometimes I really get upset or irritated. I was being so kind with this person and this happened or that happened. But over the period, I also realized what goes around comes around.
Absolutely.
Okay? So if I'll do nice to somebody, okay, they betrayed or whatever, it's okay. Maybe the other person, they'll, it will come back. Maybe in the one or the other way.
I have always believed in this. And some of my best relationships were made during travel.
Yeah.
I've traveled to 30, 40 plus countries, but
Wow.
I have not met these people before, but I've built some amazing business relationships and personal friendships with them over time.
Yeah.
Right?
So what travel taught you?
Travel taught me that the world is so big. You're just a tiny tot somewhere in some tiny part of the world.
Yeah.
All right. And you have to accept for people and the culture for what they are, who they are, and celebrate it.
Yes.
All right. And it's the profound, let's say, experience I have gotten always while traveling is how people, they amaze me every time to whichever different country I go. And it's so good to see people being extremely happy and captivating in their own skin, despite of whatever situation is. Right? For example, I did my schooling in Yemen. It's a beautiful place, right? It's a paradise on earth. It's a lot of history, nature, culture. But in the recent past, obviously due to political scenarios and war-torn strifes and all that. But today, I have some amazing friends there and some great talents there. They are living life to the fullest with the mindset to serve their people. And this amazes me.
Yeah.
So the idea is, you have to travel, not just, okay, I need a break to have fun, but to learn, but to understand the culture, to understand if you can bring this flavor to your business, if you can bring this kind of style to your functioning. This is what, for example, in Japan, there is a business culture that I think especially Toyota follows that. It's called as Gemba, if I'm not mistaken.
What's that?
So which means you have to go to that particular spot, see it, to believe it, to see if the problem exists, and then identify the problem and solve it. Do not assume things. This is beautiful.
Yeah. It's deep.
It's deep. This is fantastic. I'm like, that's correct. So sometimes we build our own visuals of problem. Sometimes it's not there at all.
Yeah.
Because we have never been there or, inquired it deep dived into it to understand where actually the problem is.
Yeah.
So such flavors you need to bring in whichever business model you're in, especially in the field of education. Diversity is important. Equity or equality is important. And inclusion. The DEI metrics is something we stand by as Maverick Business Academy.
Great. So if time wasn't an illusion and if you could go back, what advice would you give to your younger self? Or what would you do differently or change it at all?
Oh, no changes at all. Alhamdulillah, right from the time when I was young, I had this thought that when I grow up big, I have to help people. I have to travel. This was the only thing I knew at that time.
Okay.
I was very clear that I'm not going to follow my parents' instruction of becoming a doctor or an engineer, even though they did not force me to. They gave me all the freedom to choose what I have to do and, to be. But that comes with a responsibility.
Yeah.
So imagine working from 18 years onwards.
Yeah.
Right after high school, me and my best friend used to visit 50 companies a day, just to see if we will get some interview or some job. And you start off with an internship for 6 months, 630 dirhams, and then you get some big opportunities. Why I'm saying this again is because if you really believe that you can be a small change in your family's lives, in your society's life, in your community's lives, the force above you will bless you with so many opportunities. So the only thing I would tell myself, if at all, time wasn't an illusion, you travel back time, is like, all right, just stay cautious. That's it. There are so many surprises. Just be prepared. But then again, because when you grow up and you try to take risks, you just set up business in different countries, it hits you. It hits you. Sometimes you don't even expect.
Yeah.
But again, what matters is the vision why you started this. The foundation, the basics. For example, cricketers, some of the best cricketers, Sachin Tendulkar is my idol. Is my, I cried when he retired and quit. But again, what I'm trying to say is when they are out of form, what do? Is they go to the nets and practice the basics.
Yeah.
That's it. You need to feel the ball on the bat. Similarly, for entrepreneurs like us, we need to believe in the vision of why we started and stick to the basics and serve the people. That's the only thing that will keep you driven.
So if you have to correct one misconception about the success or leadership, what would it be?
That leadership is glossy, all right?
Yeah.
Leadership gets you the best of the best in the world. Yeah, you are a billionaire or you're a millionaire, you are 24/7 yachting, all right, partying or all that, because this is how it's been told or taught or what you see.
Exactly.
All right. But again, coming back to what we discussed,
Yeah.
of my trip to China.
Yeah.
That's what leadership stands for. Similarly, I've seen amazing entrepreneurs in the Emirates, in Saudi, in Gulf, in Africa, in India. That leadership is not just about yourself,
No.
but about what
Absolutely.
you believe in
Yeah.
and how you can make your people's life better
Yes.
day after day.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the only thing. So it's
How
not
you correct them and how you stay grounded. You're not always on your boss chair. So if you really want to be a good entrepreneur,
I
if
don't
you
have
really
a
want to
chair
be a
in my
good
office
leader-
only.
Yeah.
Well, it's like my team sits there. I'm like, okay, I'm just going, hi guys, how are you all? What's happening?
Yeah.
And I'm like that catalyst. I'm
Yeah.
trying to be there for them in the thick and thin of times and make sure that my people are emotionally well taken care of.
And this is something what I've seen, and I want to ask you as well, as in what you have observed in, let's say, is about the students, as in they face a lot of anxiety, burnout, and so much of challenges like
Yeah.
a student life, especially when they move abroad, or even if they don't move abroad. Like even today, if you'll ask a grade 12 student, you will see them really depressed, burnout, so much of anxiety issues. So what you have observed, and how do you think as an educator or as a leader you can help those students?
All I can tell these students, because even we have crossed that phase at
Yeah.
grade 11th, 12th, 10th. It's a part and parcel of your beautiful childhood life. Make the most of it. Enjoy it responsibly.
Yeah.
Your parents are paying so much. Yes, you have to study, but that study part and the grades part alone will not determine who you will become or who you want to be. So just chill and relax, and do not take it to your mind and heart and soul that if I don't achieve 95%, I'm not good enough. You're already good enough. There will be people achieving 95, 85, 80. But deep down, keep asking the question, where do I see myself after this? What is the right course for me? And as educators, all right, as servant leaders, we need to create an inclusive dialogue between schools, parents, and the children. Shouldn't be just parent-teachers meeting. Yeah, he's performed well. She's an amazing student. This is good. This is great. No. Ask, okay, even the parents should ask the right question to the teachers.
Yeah.
How is my child doing at the school with his peers? Is he or she helping the other kids? Is he or she respectful to the non-educating staff like the janitors or the cleaners? But nobody asks these questions.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Doesn't matter to them at all.
Nobody asks these questions. This narrative needs to be changed. And even, schools or even colleges or universities, well, everybody's behind rankings and recognitions, and I want to be the number one best in the world, 500 accreditations and million patents.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It's very nice. It's important. I'm not denying that. But at what cost? Right? At what cost? I mean, that creates a mushroom of test centers and layers of bureaucracy. The child, how much can they bear?
Yes.
So a proper inclusive dialogue at the policy level is needed to make sure that these kids are not burnt out. Proper health coach, mental coach, well-being coach needs to be hired in every school to have a dialogue. Yes, some of the schools have amazing career counselors, but sadly, even these career counselors are depressed. All right? Because, I mean, with all due respect, I mean, teachers are not celebrated much these days.
Sadly.
Teachers are put under the brunt on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Yeah? Their supervisors are questioning the teachers, the
Parents
accreditation
also.
body, parents,
Yeah.
students. So there used to be a time, let's say when at least I grew up,
Yeah.
right? I hope I'm not that old. At least when I grew up,
Yeah.
when my sir or teacher says something, that is gospel for us.
Yeah.
That is it. Zip. We don't go and tell mama, papa, they said this, no.
Yeah.
It is what it is. But today
Yes.
that thing has changed. People have become sensitive. Everybody wants ultra best for all their kids. Even at university level.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to let the kids be kids.
And I'm really surprised now if you see the grade 11, grade 12 students, all right, they care so much about how they look every time.
Yeah.
And I say this, please be messy, look messy. You have whole life to look formal, good, to groom yourself. But this age will not come back.
Come back.
Please be silly. You can't be silly all your life.
Come back.
I was so silly in my school, okay? So I don't really recall the moments when I was the most intelligent. And, I always recall when I was like stupid, messy with my friends. Enjoy your childhood. Please don't go after that. You have to look perfect all the time and you have to speak good all the time. Yes, you have to be kind, choose your words wisely, but just enjoy your childhood. Like, don't be so burdened, like, with the expectations, of course. So yeah.
I mean, that is the sad reality we are in, that everything that we do,
Yeah.
forget kids, even as adults,
Yeah.
we are seeking a lot of external validation.
Yes.
You get my point?
Yes.
Internally, you're not validating yourself of
Yeah.
who you are, what you stand for,
Yeah.
but you're constantly seeking external validation.
Yes.
And this at teen level and even at school and kids, it is taking a toll on them. So
Yeah.
again, a proper clear-cut communication amongst parents, apart from discussing about grades or this and that, how do you feel today?
Yeah.
How that part is very important to discuss. And at Maverick, if you see our students, mostly who are matured learners, when they step into our academy, they are like, this is like a therapy for us.
Yeah.
We come happy, we go happy. And even when we do our master classes, okay, fine, everybody could laugh around this and that. But building a community with a sense of purpose and a belonging to create better opportunity should be the vision of every business school and academy and all that. Don't see students as just numbers.
Yeah.
But they are your actual stakeholders.
Absolutely. So if you have to leave with one piece of advice for the parents, what would it be?
See, I'm not in that big position to advise elderly generation. I mean, they have done some phenomenal things. But currently, the only thing that I request with my hands folded to all the parents are, please kick your kids and children out to play outdoor sports and games. Reduce the screen time. Do not see the temperature is high in Dubai. If you find a park, put them there.
Yeah.
Let them get their hands dirty. Let them get some cuts and bruises. Don't take, oh, my kid is bleeding, I have to put Band-Aid, take to the doctor. Please. All right? That is my humble request. I mean, yes, parents are protective, and that is such a loving attribute in all the parents. But today what's happening is because these factors are not being, or let's say values are not being given to kids, tomorrow we are not producing leaders. We are producing just machines, and already AI is slowly taking over. You're dancing to the tune. So, I mean, that is why I'm not against the usage of AI. But even for kids and students as well, even at college level, take the help, but use your creativity. This is God-given gift.
Yeah.
So this is more like a digital slavery. You are outsourcing your one and only gift to AI.
Yeah.
What else you want to do then, isn't it?
Don't do that.
So if you keep this as a practice over a period of time, you will not even think 2 lines and write 2 lines.
Absolutely.
So this is something which I'm seeing in many students.
No, I think it's very important.
They take a Meta, they take a Claude,
Yeah.
or they take this AI, that AI.
No.
Dude, let's do this, let's do that. Everything comes, okay.
Yeah.
Information at a certain level is good for you.
Yeah.
Absorb that.
Yeah.
But certain things,
And then you
analyze,
criticize.
criticize.
Right.
Even as educators, as teachers, when we give case studies and all that, we create a healthy debate.
Right.
Healthiest debate. We don't
I
say.
think it's
it's
really,
important because
it's important. It's very important.
Because it's important that a person should express on how they feel.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be right all the time.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be right.
Make mistake, learn, go on.
Even the
please.
teachers should acknowledge that. And if there are 10 students, 3 are even saying the most silliest things, appreciate that.
Yeah.
Don't
I think
put
this
them
is
down.
something really good. I really like that.
Don't put them down and saying, oh, that is right. No. Everybody is entitled for their own perspective, opinion, criticize, but be respectful.
Yeah.
Be collectively responsible.
I think it's really good. And finally, what's the legacy if you ever want to be remembered? How do you want people to remember Fazil Sheikh and Maverick Business Academy?
Just an ordinary person who is spreading happiness and a lot of positivity and creating the best version of them on a daily basis. This is something that I would want all my people, whoever I come to or relate to remember that when they think of me, they should have that instant smile and that energy and that spark. And I will continue to thrive for it as your people's learning partner. And this is what we stand for.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for sharing your journey. And thank you very much.
Pleasure,
Thank
dear
you,
Anjum.
everyone.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for watching Rise and Radiate with Anjum.